All right, in this video, I want to talk about or show how we can use ChatGPT to rewrite some of our own content. To be clear, I'm not talking about rewriting other people's content, but maybe you have a first draft or you have a piece that you're thinking of publishing and you want to get another set of eyes on it. We can use ChatGPT to help us rewrite or kind of rephrase our own content. So I've got my entire prompt and my content on my clipboard. I'm going to paste it, but then I'll kind of talk you through what I'm doing here. So the content that I have is actually one of the emails that I sent during the launch of my membership. Okay, so it started with this, and the subject of the email was the role that AI is playing in SEO and in the blogger sphere. So that's what I've pasted below here. I have I don't want to say a distinct style. I definitely have a style. I like to do one sentence per paragraph, very short paragraphs. And so what I've done in my prompt, and you can play around with this, obviously. What I'm saying here is you are an expert writer and copy editor. Your task is to rewrite the following content while focusing on, and obviously you can use your own, are those adjectives? Your own adjectives to tell ChatGPT what you want it to focus on in your writing. So, excuse me, in this example, I'm using clarity, brevity, and style because my emails are kind of rambling. Again, they're not really focused. It's very short sentence after very short sentence. So what I wanted to see if it can kind of tighten it up, bring it together. And so again, your prompt will be different. I'm just using an example. I also said keep the unique voice of the original, but add details that bring the writing to life. I saw that tip on Twitter somewhere. But anyway, that's the prompt. And again, just to take one step back, the idea is you have a piece of content, maybe it's a blog post, maybe it's an email, and you want to see if you can tighten it up or make it more creative or whatever, right? Get ChatGPT to help you rewrite it. So that's the prompt. This is my email, and let's see what happens. So you can see how it's definitely taking that rambling email of mine and it's kind of condensing it. It's making it more concise. The paragraphs are definitely more traditional paragraphs. Is it a little boring? Again, it depends on the style. Again, I said brevity and clarity, and I think it's doing a good job of that. It removed all of my exclamation points. And it hits the tone that I asked it to hit. And if you were to compare this text to my actual email, I mean, it definitely rewrote the content. I think it did a decent job. I'm just kind of browsing with you as I'm reading it here just to see. It's still hitting on the main points. So I think overall it did a pretty good job. One thing I don't think it really did was add details that bring the writing to life. I don't know, maybe that's a little too vague of a prompt, but I think it did everything else pretty well, right? Focusing on clarity, brevity, and style. It definitely did that. So again, it depends on what angle you're going with your rewrite. Do you want to make it more exciting? Do you want to make it shorter? So obviously you're going to change the prompt itself, but it definitely did what I asked it to do. And again, I find this helpful if you just, maybe you think your first draft is a little blah, or maybe a certain section and you want it just spun a little bit differently. The rewrite, feature, not the feature, the rewrite, asking ChatGPT to rewrite is definitely a good prompt that you should play around with.